Today's verse of the day is going to be Ephesians chapter 6, verses 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This verse has so many high meanings to it, but one of the specific reasons that I wanted to bring up today was unforgiveness. What does unforgiveness have to do with this? Well, a lot of the times when we are dealing with conflict with other people, things that they have done to us, things that they have said to us, we like to hold it against that person, not realizing that it was the enemy that caused them to have those feelings, that it was the enemy that caused that person to move the way they did, to do the things the way they did. It was never them. It was the enemy. And a lot of times we like to hold unforgiveness to certain people, to certain families. And what it does is that it causes division. The enemy has blinded so many of God's children with making us think that it was the person and that the devil had nothing to do with it. When in all reality, these demons had everything to do. They have a plan. Just like God has a plan for us, the devil has a plan for us too. And one of the main plans the devil has is to bring division with families, to bring divisions with spouses, to bring division with children, friends, relatives. It doesn't matter what it is. If he can bring division, he'll cause the people to separate against each other, because the devil knows when everybody is gathered together, they have more of a power than if everybody was set as an individual. But I just wanted to come and remind you that it is important that we must forgive one another. We must forgive those who hurt us, just as our Father has forgave us. We must forgive the people who did us wrong, just as our Father has forgiven us. When we did God wrong so many times, we don't deserve his unforgiveness, but yet he still does it. Imagine all the things that God has forgave us for, all the wicked things that we have done against him. We must love one another and not allow the enemy to confuse us, because the moment he can get us to have unforgiveness on somebody, the moment he can get us to have hatred on somebody, he is able to do what he pleases with that person who has unforgiveness. God calls us to love one another. We must learn to love and forgive and realize that we're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but we're wrestling against spirits and principalities, against the powers of this world, the wickedness. We're wrestling against the devil. We're not wrestling against that person. Love your enemies just as God loves you.